Well, Train, a map that is very, very comfortable to the Na'Vi side, but VP, they are no strangers.
Electronic lining up a pop flash also. Sanji's pushed close. VP are going to realize this is an A play, but the bad way, by realizing they're wrong. They've gambled on B, and Sanji's at least found the contact. He's dropped one. Instant trade. Nice shot from Perfecto. Leaves one man still inside of the site. That's Buster. The rest are coming through on rotation through the connector. They could boost up here. That'd be a good spot. Oh, can't drop the bomb, but as Electronic stands up, if he doesn't crouch, he might have his head removed. And Kicker has the kill. Good stuff from VP. The retake is on.
Step in the right direction. They find the kill just there inside of the site. Now just fighting for bomb. Train there in the number of 2. Adren's going to slide out from connector late. This has gone horribly wrong for Na'Vi. All 5 members being eradicated. And ultimately the solution to defuse the bomb will go to Virtus.pro. We see a little bit of a resemblance here at the start of the previous map in this one.
Yeah, VP keeping up appearances, and I think that's a very, very big talking point, especially because, you know, towards the end of Inferno, yeah, okay, Na'Vi didn't complete the comeback, but, you know, they definitely started to warm up into the swing of things, right? And I think you could have made a case for Na'Vi to come into this map firing on all cylinders as a result, right? Because they were able to take Inferno down to the wire, even if they weren't able to get it across the line.
One thing you have to remember is VP went 4-0 on the T side and 3-0 on the CT side there with pistols and conversions. So obviously that, you know, bodes well for VP. Obviously it's a great start to both halves, but what that does mean is Na'Vi have won more rifle rounds, or at least as many rifle rounds, in order to be so close in the scoreline. And well, those are the rounds that really are important. But pistols, they can set you off strong. They can put you in the right place. And the VP now armed to the teeth, taking on an ecoing Na'Vi. Getting smoked off everywhere they go. Pop Dog, Ivy, not getting a chance to fight back. Not yet, at least, but they will begin to fade. And utility is a miss now for VP. It's down to winning the fights.
Easy does it for Na'Vi in this one. They're not looking to go too fast. In fact, they might be looking to do the opposite of that, which would be going slowly into this round. Na'Vi now setting up inside of main. Gonna try and keep my pacing on par with what we're seeing in the server.
May as well stop talking then.
And so now, 20 seconds left in Na'Vi. Start to get out through main. Simple puts one in the brain of Sanji. And Buster is followed up on 2 as well. Adren gets degged down now. And this round is well and truly in the thick of it. James does cross onto the bomb train, but Kicker coming in from the connector, but lined up by Perfecto. The Deagles managed to get the job done for Na'Vi. Their patience is rewarded with a round, and they immediately get on the board.
Yeah, and that's just a testament to starting slow. You don't want to jackhammer it right away. You want to take your time, and get in there, and methodically and surgically get it done.
Yeah, and Na'Vi do exactly that, right? In fact, VP once again over-rotate, as they did in the pistol. They gamble, and they lean towards B because Na'Vi was so quiet on that outer site. And, well, there's the value of playing a slow round. Forcing over-rotates, and VP make the wrong call. They're now going to be left to a force. Kicker's actually pushed B and got a kill, but it already Simple's out of the yard, not for long, only good for 1. Traded by the Deager Buster, who looks to grab that gun from the sandwich. He's going to take a bite out of this round. He's not found that weapon yet. It's kind of deep in Olaf, and Perfecto's trying to guard it. Yeah, he knows. Common position. Trying to find the angle. Buster's gone above. Perfecto's got the shot, but he's given away his position. Buster can fall off and away if he wants, but he's going to wait for the fight up close. Little grenade does a bit of a tickle.
It almost blew the AK to Buster.
Yeah.
He's now even close. Oh, they're double wrapping him, and that there is an unsurvivable situation for Buster. Got there in the end. That's what
Or the
Na'Vi are
end.
hoping to do in this round. 55 seconds left and looking to end in a B play
this is
after
excellent.
showing presence at the A side of the map. And all of this has allowed Boomich, afforded him a lot of map control over here towards the B side of the map. He can get set up to just cut off these rotations. And on the back of that alone, Na'Vi, they should win out this Force by War.
Yeah, VP, they're going to realize, but they're going to realize too late. The only worry is Boomich can't really do anything right now. Like, if Kicker rotates, he could stop the bomb, but he won't. And now Boomich's position is so valuable. He can cut off Jamin CT, he can peek the connector from the backside, or he could just kill these players as they save. VP looking to run away. Is there still that gun in the sandwich? That's what I'm wondering.
Not for long.
Ah, Sanji's found an M4. That's all right. But Boomich. Oh, he's coming. He is sneaking behind you. There's nothing you can do about it, VP. They might have to fight him here at the IVU position. Pretty common saving spot.
Very sneaky is Boomich.
Oh,
Finds the scout, a little bit of a tray to fire there. Jame with 11 HP. Either way, Na'Vi are going to secure the round, and that is what matters at the end of this one, at least.
Something that I think is just going to be funny in this series, or in this map specifically, is that both Na'Vi and VP play it very slowly. And I think it's going to leave us with a lot of this, because that's the thing, right? The way that both these teams approach Train, I feel like, is pretty similar. And it is about, like, you know, they're going to have some explosive rounds thrown into the mix, but I think a lot of it is going to come down to rounds like we just saw, where it is about, you know, trading a couple of kills early on and then playing off of the situation you've been able to get, the kind of information you have, as well as the situation you find yourself in. And VP very much fall under that category as well when they'll move over to this T side. So anticipate more of these kind of cruel rounds where they really do spread out, work to nullify the map control of VP in the opening segments, and then play around it. That nade finds a lot of damage onto Sanji, and that might give a bit of a path into Pop Dog. You're already seeing a bit of the clashing for these swing positions in the map. And Sanji, forced out of Pop, going to trade positions with a Drent. Now he's set up over here in main with this 1M4 in this round. He does have support from Buster on this D. Don't know where that kill just came in, but it was Jame to open it up. What did he just wallbang? What did he do? Where did he just kill someone through? I'm trying to look on the map.
guess is as good as mine, Harry.
It was in Ivy, so I guess through the, like, electronic must have been in that little pixel gap, and I think Jame wallbanged him there. That was close as well. All right. Jame, gonna save.
It's Jame time, baby.
It is 100% a Jame time experience. If you've never witnessed one of these before, and you want to understand what the memes are, you understand, well, what is Jame time? Well, this is how it is.
That's actually how exactly they sound.
They.
Yeah, who is they, Hugo? Who are you trying to
Those
isolate?
who don't know of Jame and his time.
What is Jame time? Well, here's Jame time. He's going to be saving in a 1-on-4 with the bomb planted well past the point of contention. So, yeah.
Woo.
Third round on the board for Na'Vi. And we have only just gotten started. Now, we did talk about this a little bit yesterday. Might as well bring it up again today.
What?
We got the opportunity to play on the ESEA client, right?
Yes.
And all weekend, they've been doing max rounds 12. Now, after our first experience, we didn't really want to go and try to decipher the whole thing and tell you, oh, this is great. Oh, no, well, this is not good. We have now played another day of max round 12s, and albeit we were absolutely crushing some fools.
Yeah.
But what are we thinking about the play itself with max rounds going to 12?
I actually really like it. I'll be honest, I think it makes CS, like, I don't know, at least in my head, there's like a big difference between committing like 40 to 90 minutes of your time. And it felt like, you know, with with these games, you were always guaranteed like a 30 to 40 minute game at most, right?
Yeah.
And that was pretty cool. It made CS like feel a lot more digestible. The rounds also feel more impactful.
Comebacks feel more attainable.
I think is good because, you know, there's a lot more rifle rounds just played now in Counter-Strike as a whole. So it makes sense that maybe you need less rounds, right? With more rifles getting picked up on average. 15 rounds used to make a lot of sense when you could get insta reset. If you ever wanted to build back up into a game, you needed to have room. But now that isn't really a thing. And full buys are prevalent far more than that of ecos and, you know, things like pistol rounds. So, yeah. I'm actually a huge fan of MR12 and the little experiment that ESCA are running.
Well, if you love it so much, Harry, why don't you marry it?
I don't know how I'd go about doing that.
Ooh. Kicker, the re-aggression, he ran away, he tried to bait them into this awkward game, and he's just going to push them again. Second time around, just as successful. On 2 kills to start this round. Simple's holding on to the bomb in upper. He doesn't want to lose it. He's going to fall back to T-Con. Actually take a different angle to watch the pop push instead. His teammate's committing, but Simple hasn't got control of the pop dog just yet. Perfecto's dead in the yard. Simple's gone as well from Kicker's push, and everyone has fallen here. It's a flawless round for VP out of nowhere. I love the aggression. We didn't really see the intention there from VP, which was the bait and switch of James and Kicker, but, well, James just rotated after Kicker killed Flamey because he could do it all on his own.
And I almost feel like we didn't get to see the intentions of Navi here. Obviously, the couple players being taken down in the halls, going inward. Still, that leaves a lot of room to wonder, at least, as to what was going on there.
I think they were going to hit inner, like late, or just come pop with those smokes, because we had a couple of T-Con players with some util, but the bomb was B-side, so Navi maybe wanting to put the bomb in a position where they could, you know, rotate between the two. You know, obviously, if you have box halls and you have pop dog, you can just, you know, quick swap A and B, depending on where you see the stack, where you see those defensive players. And VP, talking of it, have once again put the heavy numbers towards a B bomb site. They've never really been, you know, committed onto by Navi with the stack here, so they won't hold it for too much longer. James does rotate back into the yard that is open indeed. Ivy not being covered, but not needed to be in this round. And Navi inside of T-Con gonna start to get pressured. Perfecto, he's not bothered by the flashbang, but he is bothered by the bullets. And Adren, he's got a few more in his clip ready for this pop dog player.
In his magazine, of course.
Yeah, all right.
My goodness, the weapons expertise that crawls out of the viewership base is truly unparalleled.
At me.
Don't at me, because I don't care.
No, neither.
What you can do is get at Flamey, because he's all by his lonesome here, just trying to investigate as to what's going on. Boomich, going to start to feel bad for him and join him as well. And you know what? We're going to make it a family affair. Electronics shows up. And Papa Simple. So the whole family's here, and they are looking towards this inside site. One flash going to go out, 2 flashes out. A response in the form of a Molotov down lower. Buster set up inside of the site. And while they may have gotten down lower, they really have not gotten anything done here. Except for Flamey, who has different plans altogether. He finds himself a quick 3K with his AK, and being one of the last ones alive. Well, I say that the actual last one alive, he gets a bomb planted. 10 HP. Knows this player is going to be peeking from lower. It's James. He's already made so much noise. No James time in the near future.
Oh, this is so annoying
no.
for Flamey to deal with. A team ace for VP. Wonderful shots from Flamey, right? Absolutely stellar. But it's not enough to find the round for Navi. And where everyone on VP is pulling their weight equally, that doesn't feel like the same case here in the Navi camp. Flamey had to do everything. That third shot onto Sanji is unreal.
It's almost like, as well, not a VP retaker, right? And it's James holding Simple with the AWP in upper. Like, James, he's always scoped on the positions that you don't think he's going to be scoped in. Like, Simple goes for the fight there, and James is already ready for Simple to be upper with the AWP. Like, this dude knows what's going on. He's in your head. Rent-free. 3-3. VP back on the CT side. Navi's money is in a bit of a state here with AKs, but no utilities behind it. They're going to try and fast play, or at least Electronic will. He'll get taken down early. It's a fake for an inner hit, though. Navi threw a Molotov, and somehow they survive. Boomich gets smoked as he smokes Kicker, and the B site has been lost here. It's going to have to be a retake.
New meta, Boomich doesn't ever buy a rifle. Instead, you give him a Tech 9 or a Mac 10, and he will get you the results. That is a promise from Boomich. Now, don't know if he would co-sign that, but that's a promise I've made on behalf of Boomich. He's been nuts with this SMG pistol combo. The moment we see him look like a bit more aggressive and a bit more confident in him just taking over bomb sites, he always seems to find success. Now, this round, it was a 2-on-4, and that's kind of why I was just talking around like nothing's going on, but here is the retake swinging on in. They deal with Jane, but will they deal with Buster? There's no time. Buster's got to retreat. Simple sees him running for the hills, and Simple is looking to take a gun out of this round. Instead, he goes down in the round. Buster does get all the kills required, just no time for the defuse. However, that's not as bad as it might sound, right? You kill everyone on the Na'Vi side of things in a game where they have just lost the last couple of rounds. And so this, in a way, is pretty good for VP, because the buy that Na'Vi are going to be afforded is either going to have AKs and be extremely limited, or they've got to take some downgrades in order to get utility. And on a map like Train, I really don't think you can afford to run no utility, so we're surely going to see a couple of players take that sacrifice. Kind of hoping one of them is Boomich. I'd love to see like Perfecto drop him a Mac 10 over or something like that, or someone like Simple, even they're on the same money, right? He can then drop an AK in return and get some utility alongside it.
Yep, and that timeout's coming to a close. So we're going to jump back into it. Na'Vi still being pressed in this series. You know, you think about it, you look at it, Na'Vi picks Train. Well, they did lose the first map. Was a rather close one. And well, for the time being, they only find themselves up by 1.
Ooh. It's a very last second force for Na'Vi. Quick on-the-fly decision.
It's the mash F1 on your way out of spawn to auto-buy.
Get everything you can and get it going towards that B bomb site.
I have this weird thing on my laptop where when I push the button that controls the fans on it, it just force buys for me in Counter-Strike as like a legitimate thing.
Don't push
It's not even on the
button.
keyboard. It's like a completely different thing on the back of the computer that when I push it, it force buys for me. So that's kind of cool.
What kind of VAC stuff are you doing that you're playing with the back
Nah, man,
of your
I'm just really spurred on by my fans. And, well, Na'Vi...
Only the fans, though, Harry. Only the fans.
They're looking to spur something on in this round here and now. They're set up in the upper tunnels. 3 players here ready to make mincemeat of the B bomb site. However, it might be them who are like lambs to the slaughter. This has got 3 players stacked in it for Virtus.pro.
They've been doing this all game, and finally it's going to pay off. Finally, Na'Vi walk into the setup. Quick kill with a bomb drop to Dren. He holds his own with 2. Stalls out that kill as well, just to guarantee the double. And the missed shot with the AWP will allow the players to cross, but not get the bomb. It's not being covered, luckily enough. James hasn't seen it out on the left side of the spools, and it will get retrieved. Oh, only just by Flamey. Moves away from the Molotov, can... Oh no, he hasn't picked it up. He didn't go wide enough, and so James gets a second chance to fight it. I am wrong, and Electronic is alone as he's left in a 1-on-3. He is going to go for the bomb this time successfully, unlike Flamey, and this time he can go for fights as well, but 20 seconds means he needs to plant eventually. He can't leave this one forever, and the longer he leaves it, the closer they can get to denying it.
It does seem to be the case. 13 seconds left. He hasn't left him a whole lot of room to run. He does get this bomb down. Meanwhile, just closing in like a claw are Virtus.pro. And the jig's up. Electronic is busted.
Yeah, man, this is the thing. Like, this VP brand of Counter-Strike is one that must feel so annoying to play against, right? Because it feels like so many teams there in a 3-on-1. I don't think they're going to be like dying to give you peeks, right? I don't think anyone's going to be like just charging down out in the open. You're not going to get any freebies, but you certainly might get more than Electronic has offered there, right? No one shows their head. They sneak a man up on the rafters, just hugging that left side of the wall. Electronic never even sees him. And with so much time passing, Electronic even has to start to consider a potential wrap all the way from Con to Pop Dog into the back line. And VP never did that. They just didn't budge in the first place. I do kind of love like the brand of CS they play, and I think that's one of the reasons why you see them struggle a bit is like, because sometimes it really does work and it looks great, right? But others, either the read is just wrong to begin with, or the slowdown actually comes back to punish VP, right? I think it's all about trying to find this midpoint, right, between doing like the intelligent fall off and you know, not giving away fights, and then also knowing when you can afford to take a bit more aggression, right, and when you should be being the kind of dominant force in a round. And I think for VP, it is just finding that balance that they're working on. Now, Jane, gonna let a couple of players out from main. Dren looking to deal with them though. actually going to be Buster and Adren coming together to sweep that round under the rug. 5 on the board now for VP, back in the lead over on this CT side. And let's not forget, for those of you who are just tuning in, VP are currently 1-0 up in this series. They took Inferno, their map pick earlier on. They keep their 100% win rate up on that map. And now they're in the lead here on the map pick of Na'Vi as well.
Yeah, holding the lead, but Na'Vi coming back in with guns. Simple lacking the AWP. It's been taking the Galil. A bit of a hit once again. Never nice to see it in his hands, but what can you do? It's not like Na'Vi are rolling in AKs either. Only 2 of them in play. So this rifle round, again, slow. Back to Ivy. This has been a position they've not really frequented yet. So trying something new, perhaps. Buster, he has been holding his own in this game, and he's there with the AK. Opted better than that of Na'Vi in this position. Sanji's pushed T-Con. He's got himself a pick, but tagged up very heavily in the process. He's going to have to fall off eventually. James is even scoped up with the AWP as well. Ooh. Na'Vi are just playing a timing play on this outer site. They're hoping Flamey can draw enough rotations, considering VP do like to gamble on this inner site, but they're only moving 2 over and still playing 3 in the yard. James fakes his retreat to try and force a fight. It won't happen. Boomich is still patient, waiting for Ivy to get taken, but VP have just been re-smoking this second after second, round after round. And now as that final smoke begins to fade in the outer yard, Na'Vi should be able to commit.
Yeah, James got his eyes set on this T connector. And so far, no one's straying out in front of his crosshairs. That could change very soon, though. Bomb on the back of Boomich. He's just on the other side of the wall, so smokes are going to come out. 1 in Pop Dog, flash over the top, as well as a player peeking in there in Ivy. Now the jig is up.
Wait, that was the lineup. He did get a collateral. Flamey got legged through Boomich, and now they spot Electronic and Ivy as well. He's trying to get the hell out of there. Simple's retrieved an AK, and it's a save for Na'Vi. They spend so long waiting. And VP put a 6 on the board. This save is pretty dire as well. Yeah. It's really not what you wanted if you were Na'Vi. And this, I think, is really how VP, whenever we see them win games, this is the essential part. When they get teams to subscribe to their slow style of play and match it with a slow style of their own, I don't think anyone can out-slow down this VP squad. I don't think I've seen that done before.
No.
And Na'Vi, this is why we were saying coming into this, when you look at how these teams stack up, Na'Vi are a team that are also known to try and play this slow, crawling style of Counter-Strike when times get tough. But I don't think that's the solution versus this VP squad.
Yeah.
You saw what happened there. There was just no time. And, you know, when it gets down to those closing, 20 seconds, you try and go for a push, you are reliant on getting the opening kills. If they don't go in your favor, then the round is done. You don't have enough time to try anything else. And up against VP, they are good at hitting the shots that they have to hit. There is no doubting that.
At the same vein, I agree with you for sure, but, Na'Vi, from their perspective, they don't want to run into any more of these stacks. So playing this slow rounds is a way of trying to gain information, trying to, figure out where VP are leaning.
That's very true, but I think with Na'Vi, we need to see them kind of pushing and prodding a bit more, right? Because even though they're setting up to get that information, there's no one actually getting the information, right? They have the players in the positions, but usually they're not actually finding anything. Even Flamey over at B in that round there didn't provide any info to the rest of the squad, and ultimately didn't play into that round at all.
This rotate is very good. Na'Vi don't realize VP had 3 in B early, but they pushed the perimeter. Adren has gone up the stairs, and now everyone's gone back to yard. So we have this double Ivy setup. Buster's in T-Con as well. He's dropped the bomb. Doesn't get much worse than that. Here's the Ivy split, but even if Jay misses a shot, Kicker should be able to double down, and he does as they line up. Electronic getting one before he falls there at the end. Boomich is a long way from home. He's even going to get heard running. Adren should be ready for the fight. Oh dear, Boomich is going past it. Adren on the hunt. Boomich, no way he can stick the plant with a player already here. He needs the kill, and Kicker will not grant it. 3 kills for Kicker, 7 rounds for VP. I'm loving these B stacks because what it does enable, like there, if VP want to make the risk, if they want to make the gamble, that's the first time they've done it with a B stack. If you push, you can take the halls and you can rotate outer. And if you push and you die, if you set up one player there and they die, what's going to happen is Na'Vi are likely going to elevate the pace and commit into B. And, well, you're still stacked there. You've still got 2. So there's a lot of options here for VP on the CT side. And it's good to see them abusing it against Na'Vi's very slow T-side play.
Yeah, and they're making, you know, these trade situations that they get into look easy almost, you know? It's not out of the realms of them having this grander play in mind with each and every pick. So yeah, 7-4 and no guns over here for Navi. We all know what that could mean. They're liable to win the round.
So, you know, what's kind of worrying here is in the 12 or 11 rounds of play so far, not including this one, Navi have had one opening kill, and that was on Simple. I think it was in the second round. I think it was that Deagle kill when Navi ran into A with 20 seconds left. Navi have not had an opening frag since that point. It certainly doesn't help that they're always losing this early dude and being left in 4-on-5s, having to, you know, deal with these stacks from VP. So that has got to change here for Navi if they want to get back on this board.
Buster. There we go. Another opening duel going in favor of VP. Admittedly only up against the pistols, and this round now should get cleaned up by the rest of the gang. Boomage, where's this come from? He's going to deliver 2 quick kills, leaving Perfecto in a 1v3. Now, this is still a very, very impossible round for Perfecto.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what you were going to say.
That is exactly where I was going with that. An 8th round on the board for VP. As we expected, only pistols on the side of Navi, so they get that one laid to rest pretty quick, pretty easily. We're approaching the latter stages of this first half, and VP fielding this big lead still. And it's not showing any signs of slowing down.
This is crunch time, though. Navi, think about, you know, the ecos and some of even the rifle rounds where they've had like 3 Galils, 2 AKs. Like, this is the best buy they've had in a while. Simple on the orb, everything to play with. This could be Navi getting back into the game, but they need to get out into the yard, and they can't afford to again lose the advantage. Electronic has granted that for Navi, and he's doubled it as well. We said we needed him in this map, and he showed up in this round at least. Navi in a 5-on-3. This would be impossible to lose, you should think.
Yeah, keywords there, you should think. Now that's the beauty of Counter-Strike. We don't know. Electronic, ironically, at E-Box. The swing on the site player. That's a 3rd kill in the round for an Electronic that's done it all. He's going to continue to conduct business. Pushes all the way through Z. Now, he is going to be that thorn. He has not stopped. Now, the rest of the team has caught up on the inside site. That's just going to leave Jame and Buster for a little bit of a traditional favorite here. And we all know what's coming. So say it with me, everybody. Jame time. There we go. There we go. It's going to be a bit of a save from the side of Virtus.pro.
I mean, they're like, you know, we just see one player, literally one player from Navi play an aggressive round, fast out from main, and VP, all they've been used to all half long is these very, very slow defaults from the Navi side. And so not a single player is ready for Electronic to get so deep in the front lines that quickly. They're hunting these players down, and they've got a very good idea where they might be. Jame will get to hold on to this AWP, though, into the future. 5 on the board now for Navi in a flawless round. Very, very important in terms of not allowing VP to come in here, pick up a 9th, and just slam this Navi economy into the ground. You can see these little replays from Electronic, and this was absolutely stellar. That 2nd kill, wild. And it only gets better from then on in for this man. 5 on the board now for Navi, and I'm hoping this is where we see them go back to some of these faster plays. I don't know if we're necessarily going to see a man just barrel out from main again.
Yeah.
But I want to see them at least contesting for some map control early in the round.
But, I mean, and it showed just how effective that was. Electronic just barrels all the way out there towards Sandwich, and he, you know, he gets a kill on a guy that can't even see through the smoke. So that's just the beginning of the tear that he put on in round number 13.
What's good about that is if you're Navi and you have a player like Electronic with a spawn for that kind of play and you set him up, you can take that round and you can set Electronic up to go for a hero play. If he dies, he's alone. You don't have to commit your entire team behind it. Navi didn't in that round. They just let Electronic get 3 kills before they even pushed the bomb out T-Con. So yeah, let him look. Let him do his thing. He's again got a spawn. I imagine Navi want to set him up, and if he is able to do so, then he can convert the round for Navi. But that's what happens on the other side of the coin. Jame peeks back down Olaf, and he finds him with the AWP. You don't always get out alive on those early aggressive fights, and well, VP were ready for it this time, as it does lose them the previous round. Perfecto gets tagged by the AWP as well, and Jame is on a bit of a tear right now. See, and now Na'Vi, this is every round they've been in, with the exception of the last. This is just the slow crawl where VP are gambling and Na'Vi just have to win their fights getting out of these choke points. And they haven't been winning the fights. They've been walking into crossfires. This time, that's not the case. It's just Buster. But I say just, this dude has been insane this game, and that's not going to change today. Boomich is dead. His teammate is too far away to trade. It's simple with the AWP and the bomb, playing safe. And Jay, anything but playing safe, pushed into main. Everywhere Na'Vi go, there's an uncomfortably close player from VP.
And Jame, of course, really pushed up here in this motion.
Ooh.
Yeah, he heard the footsteps coming back his way, right? And so at this point, VP are anticipating this is going to be the A play. A stellar shot from Jame onto Perfecto. And now that this AWP has rung out, Simple, while he does get one, 20 seconds left on this clock, and it might just be the save for Na'Vi. 9 on the board for Virtus.pro as they continue to field a strong CT side.
Yeah, it's almost Darude, the way that Virtus.pro are beating up on Na'Vi at this point, creating quite the storm.
Yeah, they're playing dirty, you know, they're throwing sand in their eyes.
And that might be against the rule books here at the Road to Rio.
The Pro to Rio, the Pro to Rodeo in ODO.
The Pro to Rodeo.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, VP have to be feeling amazing right now, because if you're forcing Na'Vi into this many saves on the T side, like, that's how you know you're in full control, right? Their retakes have been excellent on that B-bomb site. They've been stacking a lot. The AWP hasn't been a problem. Simple's really not been given an opportunity to do too much in this game. He gets one kill that round, only because Buster peeks into him. Boomich even gets knifed by his teammate. That's a right click in the back off of spawn. It's falling apart here in the second map.
Yeah, this is just one of those games where the teams are utilizing the clock almost to its maximum.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we expected from this series. And it is VP coming out on top in the majority of these slow rounds. Well, in fact, in all the slow rounds, it feels like VP come out ahead. This is their bread and butter. This is what they're used to. Ivy control attempted once again from the Na'Vi side, but they bow on out. They give it up. James gone aggressive in main once again. And there is Perfecto waiting on the other side. He hasn't really fared too well in this head-to-head, but will he finally get his revenge? No, Perfecto, the timing couldn't be worse. He just watched main for a minute. And then the second he looked away, he gets peeked by James. If I'm Perfecto, I'm throwing. I almost said my controller. But my keyboard and mouse across the room.
Whoa,
I mean,
we got a spy
now.
in our midst.
What is it that you have against players that play with a controller?
Well, I don't even think I have to say, you know, just no to those guys. Adren.
Ooh, it's just so many B pushes. And this is it, right? We talked about this earlier, these B stacks for VP. That's what the pushes provide. Na'Vi, they're not ready for the first dude, but they sure as hell aren't ready for the second dude. And everywhere they go, they walk into death. Electronic will walk into a save in the last round of the half. It's a Trace Stunner Sarantis classic here as he survives after time. 10 rounds on the board for VP, an excellent CT side. And they're only 6 rounds away from a 2-0 victory over the best in the world in the ESL rankings. Is that going to happen? You'll have to wait and see.
Passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down in laughter, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after. We never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more. Not on searching, but we will never know what we're after. Baby, leave it all for the faded hearts. I don't mind if they call us crazy, 'cause they don't understand what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. You're mine. I wanna run away. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after.
Virtus.pro give Virtus no way back into that A site for Na'Vi. That T site falls flat on its face. I've never seen more saves from this side of Na'Vi as they have been put to the test in this best of 3 series. A map down already and 10-5 at the half. VP have considered 3 out of 3 pistols in this series. They're looking to lock in a 4th as well. If they can do so, Na'Vi might just be running out of gas. But let's not count them out before they have a go at it on this CT side.
Yeah, you know, Simple running a little raid boss here with the CZ and Armor. He's locking down the B bomb site, and this is where Na'Vi have elected to put the bulk of their attention in this pistol round. Now, BP set up with a couple of players holding on to this upper push, while the rest of the gang wait in main. A very, very slow pistol round here from the Virtus.pro side, as we've come to expect from this squad. Bit of utility on a Dren. You see he's over here outside of B, so I imagine those are going to be finding their way through the skylights perhaps to help out with this A-side play. Gonna try and go toe-to-toe with Simple here at B.
Oh, hello. This is going to keep the setup here, right? Na'Vi have 3 holding the same line, hoping that if Simple gets rushed, they can support, but VP don't want that B side. They're still looking at Outer right now, and there's only 2 there on Ivy. T-Con's a pretty open position right now, and so is the Pop Dog, where VP do have 2 players coming from. Already out and about. Here's the rotate back into A. Electronic. Oh, he's spamming. He can't connect the shots. Buster's found first blood in this round. Perfecto dead on Ivy. Electronic is going to follow as well. VP, 3 kills in this round. It's falling apart.
Yeah, this has not gone well for the side of Na'Vi. Simple wants to put a fight on, try to give us a show from the connector. But so far, the wiser are Virtus.pro, electing not to continuously re-peek him, where in which pending disaster does exist. Flamey's going to get some of a taste of that disaster. And Simple's going to vacate the option to go for the defuse at 6 HP. He hides in CT spawn.
Ah, your legs get spotted first there if you're swinging that for Simple. I think James already knew it's a team ace, actually. So Yeah, nothing going the way of Na'Vi. That's 4 out of 4 pistol rounds in this series for VP. They converted 3 of them. Now, they did lose to the Force Buy in the second round for Na'Vi after winning CT pistol on this map, but that's at least the opening rounds of the half going their way.
Well, let me put this right back at you, Hugo, because we're looking at both of these maps, both Inferno and Train.
Yeah.
And now, do we want to attribute the successes here so far of Virtus.pro just to Virtus.pro, or do we feel like Na'Vi are not playing up to their potential?
I mean, that's always going to be the case, right? Like when the #1 team drops to the, a team in the top 30, you can always say Na'Vi are playing up to the potential, because if Na'Vi were playing at peak form, well, we know, we've seen what they can do. That being said, you shouldn't take away this game from VP because Na'Vi are, potentially underperforming. VP have actually had a really good game plan in this series. I've been really impressed by their stacks on the CT side, some of the calls they've been making. I definitely think Na'Vi have made it easy for them, though. And, well, we've not got many rounds for that to change.
There's 31 kills on all of Na'Vi combined. There's 34 on Buster and Kicker put together. So there you go. Like, it's a very, very one-sided affair in that sense, right? And I think, that's quite telling of all the saves that Na'Vi were forced into over in that T half of play. Now, an anti-eco round on the horizon here in this one for VP, and this is one that they should be picking up, especially with a 4-man stack over at the outer bomb site. Perfecto is alone at inner. He does have this smoke, and he can use that as long as the timing's good on it to try and slow down this push. He drops that now as the play looks to come in, and VP, they just barrel straight through it. Simple, trying to find something with this scout, and he will delete a Dren. Perfecto is D down Buster, and a follow-up onto Kicker. Sanji and Jamer, the 2 players left for VP, and they are very, very low on health. Perfecto continuing to be a nuisance with this Deagle. Sanjay gets deleted, and James is followed up onto as well. A bomb plant at a very, very least for Virtus.pro, but the defuse is going to come in. Upgrades across the board for Na'Vi. When you look at the weaponry that VP had, that is not a round that ever should have slipped through the net. There were next to no SMGs in play. It was just rifles across the board, and that is a huge upgrade for Na'Vi to get their hands on. You keep 4 players alive, you hold on to 3 AKs from that buy from VP. This could be how Na'Vi get back into this series.
For sure, yeah. VP not really focusing on the plant there or the site. They just go out and try and take dry fights against the scouts, the Deagles, and there's just so many numbers there for Na'Vi that it's not going to go their way.
Yeah, it won't. But speaking of going your way, well, it's gone neither of their way there towards the very end of the second map of the series of Espada versus Simon over on ESL _ CSGO C, 15-15 on Mirage. Currently Norbert, Harry's, idol really, going 27-20 at this point.
That's
with 92
classic
ADR.
Norbert right there. I absolutely love him, man. He is a great
5 and 6 in
player to
opening
watch.
duels. Just saying.
Oh, Kicker just got deleted.
He had a Zeus as well.
He was trying to be cheeky, and, well, no one's cheekier than Boomich, so that's kind of what you get. Sanji boosted up with this Deagle.
Ooh.
Does deal with Flamey.
Uh-oh.
That's not good. Boomich here, cleaning it up. Gets the round back under control. Everything's fine. When Boomich shines the light for Na'Vi. Buster now 1v3 with this Deagle, and that looked a little bit dangerous there for a second. Thankfully, it is Boomich coming in and saving the day.
Buster's certainly made his name with that weapon, right? Like, him and Kicker were the D Kings on the old Avangard roster for some time. And Buster, I've seen so many highlights from him with that gun. And right now, he's really in a highlight game. 20-8, Kicker close behind. Na'Vi now coming in with, VP rather, coming in with guns. Na'Vi have the AWP. And it's the first rifle round of the half here. VP looking to make it a statement early.
Yeah, big round right here. If VP can pick up and start to gain momentum, then we will not have to go to Dust 2. But if Na'Vi win this map, that's where we're going to find the conclusion of the series.
Na'Vi actually hold on to a lot of Molotovs early. I thought they would throw them in main, but they don't, and that just lets VP get out for free. It's a delayed play anyway, but Na'Vi could have stopped it.
Yeah, these grenades being used quite well. Electronic, I don't think that they expected him as close as he was, just outside of the E-box almost. James able to get the trade, and that makes things all right in the world of Virtus.pro. 2 versus 3, James and Kickert. They have the bomb in hand, and an idea that they want to get the bomb planted on the inside site. If they ran right now, there's nobody home, and you will be able to just walk through the front door.
Uh-oh.
And these are these situations I'm kind of talking about when I say that one of the things I always look at for VP is they're a team that love to play slow and they do it very, very well. But there are definitely times where you could look to this squad to pick up the pace and you feel like it would lead to better results in the server. This round is a prime example of that. There was a timing where B was empty, but the problem is you take 40 seconds to get to B. I mean, even though you were at B the whole time. And Na'Vi, they're obviously going to rotate someone off, right? They don't see any contact at A, and they're 3v2. They have a man advantage. They've got no reason to kind of gamble and keep all three at that A bomb site.
And that was the round for VP, gambling with you know, splitting up in a 2-on-3. I feel like a safer play is just to commit down B together, right? Kicker's scared of the halls, and that makes sense. But once you've cleared that, you may as well just take B as a 2-man unit because you know you've got a 2-on-1 max inside of that site. So, yeah, VP... not really the read there, and not really the round. Na'Vi starting to build into this game in the second half as they take 3 in a row.
Yeah, just Glocks here for Virtus.pro. They got the Deagle and the P250 out here from Jamin Kicker. Any kills would be good. A bomb plant, even better. But neither look likely. I say that Adren is flirting with the idea of pushing through this smoke at Ivy. With just a Glock, not entirely sure what's on his agenda.
Oh, no.
But I say that, and the Glock actually ruins Electronic.
Yeah, but here are all these equalizers. The bomb, meanwhile, though, you'll note, it's belonging to a guy called James.
Plant?
Now...
Plant? Plant? Maybe?
I don't really know what that was about.
Hello, James?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
Could have actually had a bomb plant there.
What's on the site now? Like, you know, at the end of the day, you've got to realize, if you're there, you're gambling. Yeah, that's your entire round. You sent 4A in the bomb B. Like, you know, yes, you can go and stick it and get shot. That's part of the risk. Like, if you're playing around the plant, play for the plant, I would say. But whatever, it doesn't matter. They have money, and it's still there for VP. Definitely try to overcomplicate it in these last couple of rounds for this T side, and that could be the death of them if that continues. Perfecto has pushed up on B, but playing the smoke, Kicker is aware of the possibility, and he won't let him get away with anything early on. Grenade goes too deep. Perfecto will now play around the smoke as it begins to fade. And he's still got a one-on-one here. Flash is good, though, and Kicker's going to take him down. Still a man inside of the B site. That is simple. Not a man you want to mess with. James going to have to smoke the Molotov and just get out of this position. Leaving Ivy now, or at least one of them is. Sanji's going to hang around for a little bit longer. This is a good start for VP. Where do they go with the man advantage, though?
Yeah, we'll see a gamble rotation from Electronic over towards the B bomb site, rejoining with Simple here. And they're going to trade positions out. Simple playing the connector makes a lot of sense, right? He's got this AWP. He can rotate very, very quickly between either bomb site and still be useful. He'll set himself up over inside of A. Adren looking to break these windows and throw some utility out. That's going to be that con smoke going down to help with this B-side push. Sanji does drop Flamey and Ivy, and that keeps this double stack over at the A-bomb site that much longer. The mollies, the smokes have all gone in towards B, but no push on the back of it. That leads Electronic to believe this is a fake. He sees that util, he sees a kill at Ivy, and Na'Vi go, well, no one's pushed. It's a fake, but it's not a fake. It's just VP going very, very slowly. And now they get that bomb planted. Yeah. And this should be a VP round. I don't even think Na'Vi want to risk attempting this, right? They know that the lifeline they've been given is not one they can throw away. And if they let the money be their downfall here on Train, a second comeback getting denied and ultimately losing this series, then that would be devastating. So they make this decision to go ahead, hold on to these weapons, and take them with them into the next round. But this will be a 12th on the board for VP.
Yeah, VP just respect the smoke. That's all they do. They respect the smoke on ramp and they don't commit until that's faded. That's actually the right call, right? And I think Electronic, you know, he leaves B. Maybe he thinks it's A, but I think in another world, Na'Vi somewhat realize that they're going to get exec'd on and they just want to save 3 guns. If Electronic hangs around there and doesn't get a kill or just goes down instantly, that's a very costly round for Na'Vi. And so they do just save. Obviously, they could buy anyway, really. They could lose all their players and still afford. So it's not a huge worry for Na'Vi, but with VP finding the first rifle round on the T side, they can begin to build. key player being Kicker with a kill in that round. But it's Sanji on the Ivy lug that I think that gets that big rotate kill that does force Electronic out of B and give VP that free sight. Now, 12-9, and the AWP still remains in the hands of Simple and Jame. We're going to see if we get that head-to-head. The smoke on E-Box has actually missed. It's gone on top of the lip of the Brown train, and that shows legs, well, really on both sides. Got to be careful of that one. VP might not know about it. You know, commonly, the E-Box smokes, most people line them up with the sun, and that can be inconsistent. I do the same. Sometimes that smoke lands on top of the Brown train. So you got to be very careful with how you throw that one. Luckily, VP aren't going to be playing into it, and we'll just take the bomb outside.
I like to think that's a nice little life lesson from the CS devs. You know, you shouldn't look at the sun, of course.
Of course not. Unless it's us over on Cash, looking right into it. And proving that it's a square sun.
Yeah, nuke rather, but
yeah, nuke.
Yeah, Cash, my favorite.
Same, different map.
Same, different. And now Perfecto trying to deliver the same performance at this B site he did a couple of rounds ago, but this time it is different for Perfecto. He gets shut down. Electronic coming in on a very, very lengthy wrap all the way through the tunnels. From main, that catches Sanji off guard. He was meant to be keeping an eye on this pop rotation. That really does divide this site hole. Jame is now having to keep an eye on the flank, and that leaves Kicker all alone, essentially, to hold off the front line. And that's where Simple resides. You don't envy James' position here. What can he even do? The answer is nothing. The defuse comes in for Na'Vi, a 10th on the board as they look to make this comeback happen.
Yeah, it's just Simple as well. I love that. Na'Vi just waiting for Simple to die at least or win the round. You know, those are the two options really for Simple. And he's just going to push in and kill 3 players on that AWP. You love to see it. Finding form for Na'Vi. Finding 10, most importantly, and building into this game, as they did Inferno. It was a little bit too late that Na'Vi came alive in that map. A 15-8 scoreline. They make 13 rounds, but they still lose it. This one
I would just love
closer.
to see a change of pace from VP.
Yeah, fast round.
And this is something that they don't really ever do, especially not on a map like Train. You know, it is very much just these slow plays. But I feel like everyone knows VP as this very patient team. How else do you catch Na'Vi off guard if not going fast, right? I get wanting to play your own game. I get having faith in your system. But right now, that system isn't giving you the same results it was in that first half. And so there might be a time in the future where we can look to see VP pick up the pace, just to even attempt it in one of these rounds.
Na'Vi got 5 rounds in the T side. One of those was Electronic running out main, getting 3 kills, and then Na'Vi following him late. You know, like you just do that. Set up a spawn player. Set up Buster or Kicker to run into the site with a sandwich smoke, with an E-Box smoke, and with a torrent of flashes. And if they can get a kill or 2, even if they get traded, it's going to provide huge opportunities and openings for VP. Because Train can feel like if you don't take a fight in the opening 30 seconds and you get into a spot like this, getting that first kill on the T side can be so hard because Na'Vi just don't have to give it to you. Look at it. Adren's trying to find one. Na'Vi are just jiggling and playing for info. They're double stacked B. They're prepared for wherever VP go right now. The AWP's watching Ivy, or one is at least. And yeah, blame me on that as well. So VP running out of time. 30 seconds. They've not done anything in this round. And Na'Vi haven't really adjusted the setup. 3-2 and 20 seconds. VP, is this going to work out?
Yeah, this is essentially like playing the start of the round, but now with 20 seconds left. They just full on commit to the A site. They try and get out, but there's already rotations here for Na'Vi. And this one's fallen apart for VP. Sanji is trying to deliver, but there's just no time. And the best thing he can hope for now is that he goes down. And thankfully, Flamey will give him that wish. 11 on the board for Na'Vi. And yeah, I mean, this has always been a VP problem on this map and on a good few maps, right? Where it does just feel like they've become a little too predictable. And me as like a person, I have a real issue with teams that do things like this, where they kind of wait for a minute and a half, hoping that the other team make a mistake. Now, Na'Vi, as Hugo said, they don't have to fight you, and they're not gonna fight you. This isn't a team that's gonna give you those freebies, especially not with the precedent you've set of just sitting around. And so what VP are left with is essentially an A rush, the thing that they could have done a minute and a half earlier, or even, 30 seconds sooner to leave them with a minute, and they just run into a stacked bomb site.
Yeah, and that's the difference, right? Na'Vi are close. Na'Vi are pushed up. They have Olaf, they have Sandwich, they have E-Box, they have all these lines of sight, and they know where people are watching and what they're watching. So they know about the crossfires. If you play that round off of spawn, you can catch Na'Vi off guard where they're setting up and they're trying to establish who's covering what.
Now, on the other side of it, too, it's not only you play against the clock there at the end of the round, you're also playing into a Navi that knows Virtus.pro looking for those fights. They're not giving them to him. So ultimately, Navi just also have that clock in the back pocket, sort of like all CTs do all the time on every map.
This might be the faster B play. I don't think it's going to be a rush like immediately upon all 5 players getting here. I imagine they're going to wait it out, especially with Perfecto holding some utility. But no, they might just go right through. And I kind of love that. This is not what VP really do ever. Will it blindside Na'Vi? It does deal a lot of damage onto these players inside of the site. And a bomb plant could be found. That was until Electronic dealt with Jame running up on the rafters alone. Buster is now thrown into this in a 1v4, and he will get shut down. They get some presence in towards B. They have an opportunity for a bomb plant, but the bomb gets dropped at upper, and from that point onwards, the round kind of falls apart.
Yeah.
It was only pistols, and so I hope that wasn't the only foray into like a fast round that we see from VP before this game is said and done.
Na'Vi are playing very passive on Ivy, where they're kind of just letting the Ivy lane go unaccounted for and watching it from the site or CT. VP, if they realize that, it would be a good round to try and get a heavy Ivy take, put a player at the top that can watch pop and leave them there and try and split A with that. It's at least a way of going for this A site without necessarily rushing, while also getting good control. Jame flashed out, but he's going to get blinded, and grenades are landing in his face. 12-12, this is a key swing round that will put Na'Vi back in the lead. It's been a long time since that point. And VP just defaulting. 2 outside Ivy, 1 left there on his lonesome is Sanji. Players holding B and players above Pop.
And LeBron James not able to find his way into a fight here. And on that 30 HP, really he's going to be starting at a deficit no matter where he goes. Boomich, he's going towards T-Con, and the fight's going to be given to him. Easy peasy. Buster was not expecting for Boomich to get in his face.
And now what do you even do? VP have been smoked out of their own T-Con. They've been cut out of the one position that should be theirs. And Na'Vi with 40 seconds with a man advantage. VP are going to flash through this. And if they do, the bomb's going first. This could be a home delivery for Na'Vi. They're not even flashing either. They're just going dry, and Adren's going to go straight down, giving that bomb over. Na'Vi have the info. They can fully rotate outer now. They're even going to push the box halls at the same time. Key entry from Jane, wall banging Electronic. I don't even know if it's going to be enough, though. The time is low. Simple knows it. Close to the P250. Bomb dropped again. Jane looking for the trade. He can't find it. Simple only needs his sidearm, and Sanji on the wrap round is going to have no impact in this round. It's Na'Vi up to 13. They bottled it, lads.
Yeah, this was 11-5 for VP at one point in time, and they really needed to be riding on the momentum of that, and they have just grinded to a rather jarring halt here on the T side. You can see that they're just out of ideas. These slow rounds are not working. That one fast play in towards B didn't really look any better. And I think for VP, the scary thing now is you've let Na'Vi warm up. You've let them be comfortable. And it very much feels like Na'Vi are just prepared to wait. Like back on Inferno, okay, like Na'Vi were maybe making some mistakes of their own and were maybe giving in to some of this slow style of play. And kind of handing advantages over. But here and now, they feel so comfortable. They know what's coming before it's even come through for VP. Electronic could get caught out in this round. There is Jame, or Buster rather, hidden on the other side of this smoke. And that does lead to Boomich getting dealt with. Electronic comes in with the big trade. Simple in the sight, bested by the Deeg. And Jame will remove another. A 1v2 here for the man who usually dons the AWP on the VP side. Now he's got to get it done with the Tech Knight.
Yeah, the Technina, not the friendliest weapon in the arsenal. Jame is going to change his mind. That bomb still being down creates an impossible scenario here. So while it is Jame time currently, he is not saving, doesn't have anything to save. But there it is. There's the op. And now Jame time could become a reality.
Yeah, I mean, that's the issue. Look at Perfecto. He's on the bomb. He's literally sitting on it. There's nothing Jame can do about that. He's got no util. He's got to just predict his position and win the fight. If he gets this one-on-one, this round, it could be his. But no scope, he's just gambling. He's just throwing his money in the lottery, and he's doing it twice. I've lost words. I've lost logic.
My
VP
God.
have probably lost this map.
Yeah, probably. I think being the key word there. I'm not entirely sure that I'm going to agree with the double no-scope peek.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think like the
Why?
first one, it's all right. Yeah, he kind of blindsided you. Didn't really know.
Now you know where
It
he
was like
is.
yeah, but now you know you've got him trapped. You're trying to look cool.
Instead, you get schooled.
And now VP playing the fool. 12-14 down here after an 11-5 lead over Na'Vi.
Yep, but that does leave Jame with the tool. And of course, well, in this big old pool that is Train, and a map pool even on top of that, leaving us with Dust 2.
All we know is Na'Vi do rule.
Mate, the scary thing is that Dust 2, at least in my experiences with VP, plays kind of similar to how their Train
don't say
does,
that,
right?
Harry.
It
Shut
really
up.
does.
Close your
And
mouth, Harry.
I know that's not what we want to hear, because I was kind of liking that this matchup felt close, and now this is feeling how I thought it would feel, right? With Na'Vi just kind of running the show. VP, come on, boys. You had this game in your hands at one point in time, and I like to think that some of that energy is still there, but well, I'm going to have to wait and see. Another slow round here from Virtus.pro as they spread out, try and take this map control early on. This time, much more active over here towards the B-bomb site. They do get these upper halls, but Boomich going into main. This has been free real estate, and what do you do with free real estate? Well, you take it, obviously, because it's free, and anything that's free, you take, because free things are always good.
I don't know about that statement. But in this case...
Any physical possession you can get given for free, you should take.
What if it's Pandora's box, Harry?
Take it.
Yeah, but then
Someone's
then you
willing to
gotta
pay
open it.
top dollar for anything.
That is true, actually, yeah. Right now, it's VP who sold their souls to the devil. And, well, this ain't great for them. Probably running out of time in this one. 50 seconds. Smoke flash. That's all they have in this round. Not exactly a pretty picture. That's a pop smoke going down to cover the front side of it. But, oh dear, well, it hits a player. It's not going to really provide much. Boomich was already in this position. VP are hitting B, and that smoke has almost telegraphed that. Na'Vi actually leaving the B site. They've Simple has left because Adren is making a bit of a ruckus out and about in the yard. The bomb is going to be hitting upper. This is a good fake for VP, but they need a kill in the yard. There it is. Adren's got one. That will keep this setup outside. Adren doubling. Sanji dead. Perfecto doesn't know that they dropped from upper, but now he's going to start to hit the footsteps, and he can hear the plant as well. Can he stop it? He has to swing. He has to run. No one's reacting to his footsteps, but Jane comes in late for the trade. VP holding on to the post plant with a man advantage, and Adren is still in the yard.
Oh, Jane looking for this spot. Na'Vi likely just going to attempt the save here. 2-on-3, a man down. I like to think Buster there's like, James, yeah, you got my back, right? I can hear him running up on me. James like, yeah, I got it, man. Don't worry.
I'll trade you, don't worry, man.
Buster dies, James gets the kill, and then he goes, see, I trade you. And it's like, well, not quite what I meant when I asked if you have my back, but okay. It is still around for VP. The save comes in for Na'Vi, and this gives over a 13th. Now we get a bit more heat in the server. This is exactly what I wanted to see. VP looking to carry this one on.
Heat in the kitchen, bread in the oven. And ultimately, the yeast is rising. By that, I'm talking about Virtus.pro. Trying to bring it back up top.
The yeast, as we call them, of course.
The yeast from the east.
The yeast from the east. I love that. Let's get it.
Yeah,
Let's
well,
see.
They're getting the bread right now. Do get a bit of money off of a round win on the B-bomb site there. VP, have they got any more in them? I like the play. Sending Adren out into the yard. It's how Na'Vi were picking up the fast rounds. Use electronic, right? Use him to create a problem, create a distraction inside of the site you're not hitting, or even in the site you're hitting. It doesn't matter. World's your oyster for VP, and Dren's going to flash Buster out. Now we have it again. I love this. This is a change for VP, and it's a positive one at that. Buster has got an entry. The bomb's hitting B. Na'Vi are being faked out again. They know it. They know they're being faked, but they can't deal with Buster. They can't kill the man in the yard, and Perfecto's been found inside of B. VP, another round looking likely. They're going to give it a go. Simple's already come through connector, but he's been smoked off.
And this might have to be another save for Na'Vi, because this isn't kind of the same scenario as the last round where it's like, yeah, you could go for it. Yeah, you could save. You should probably save and plan for the future.
Oh,
well, now you've got
wow.
to plan for the future. And with that kill found onto Simple, that is a huge deal for VP. Yeah. They are wrecking the economy of Na'Vi, and they might have taken this one back into their hands at the very end of this map. I am so happy that literally out of nowhere, VP have decided, oh, guys, hang on a moment, we can play in the first minute of the round. And then they send Buster outside, and look at what he does. You've got so much talent in this squad, and I'm glad that they are just kind of saying, all right, play off your intuition, get outside, get us some kills. It's as simple as that. And that is all it takes for them to find back-to-back rounds and now tie this up heading into round 29.
A reminder for those who maybe didn't join us in the first half, this was a stop. This was a 10-5 for VP. They found the pistol. They didn't convert it. Na'Vi have been pulling things back with a streak of 4 before VP found a round, and then a streak of 5. Well, now VP have doubled down after said 5, and Na'Vi's money has been left in the dirt. That save, Harry, you talk about it, it needed to happen. Simple had 7K, but he also had the AWP. It would have meant he could drop 2, maybe even 3 guns, but he loses it, and he's had to repurchase the AWP, leaving his teammates with nothing. It's worth the investment, but now VP are rushing the A site.
They're addicted to going fast. No, but it's gone left and right. Simple has put up 1. VP, no holes barred on this A site take. They really just run the gauntlet. They get this bomb down. What is a bomb plant in the first 30 seconds? My mind is blowing. I didn't think it could happen, but it has. And now with this bomb planted, 14-14 on the board. VP trying to take this one to match and series point. Na'Vi on for the retake. Buster posted up at the back of green. He's got himself a smoke to work with. That nullifies the Ivy position and gives him even more freedom of movement. Perfecto all alone in the blink of an eye. Ooh. Does dig down Buster. Doesn't spot a man crossing to the bomb train. Sanji might have this round dead to rights as a result. Perfecto tries to get away, and Jane plucks him from the sky. VP, match and series point. No money for Na'Vi. This was 11-5 in favor of VP, and Na'Vi, they pulled it back. They went 14-11 up. And now we might have VP be the team about to run away with it.
It's Inferno all over again. It's Na'Vi climbing back. In that game, it was Na'Vi coming back up against 15, right? So 15-8 to 15-13. It was close, but they couldn't get it over the line. And that's the danger of being up against 15. Well, in this case, VP didn't have 15. Na'Vi pull up to 14, and then they finally start to lose rounds. It's a horrible way to go out, and it's left Na'Vi with nothing for round number 30. Overtime is still a possibility, but they are going to need to fight tooth and nail with only teeth? I don't even know what word I'm saying at this point. And nails. There was a joke in there somewhere, but I think the joke is this game.
Teeth now, that's not just 1 or 2 teeth. It's actually
it's like
all
sheep,
teeth.
you know? You pluralize sheep and they become sheeps, right? That's how it works.
Yeah, man, sure thing. You keep on counting those over there, and we're going to jump back into what could very well be the last round of the game. Just pistols, 1 SMG here on Electronic. This could not be any worse of a last round of the game.
And now, this is the perfect time for VP to go back to being little goblins and just hiding around the map in all these little positions. Na'Vi, they've been conditioned to be concerned about rushes in these last few rounds, and they've only got a little bit of utility into this round. So if you get that out on the VP side and then you leave it late into the round to go for a site take, right? There's no utility for Na'Vi, and you can get this one in the bag. Aggression into main from Boomich again, and at this point, he now knows that VP are running this slow default again. He's got this foothold that he's had in every one of these rounds that VP have played slow. But there's a response from Buster. Nade actually doesn't do any damage, really. Looked like it was going to be a little bit harder hitting. Boomich still afforded this aggro position, and he's got Electronic tucked in behind him with an MP9 to play this trade game. You'll note that Electronic is looking into the wall. This isn't some like malfunction. Electronic is working just fine as intended. He's playing anti-flash. over here at main. Speaking of anti-flash, Perfecto wished he was playing anti-flash. Kicker able to find him, but Simple is here. Adren is wrapped around, and he does best Simple in the head-to-head. Sanji dealing with Electronic and Flamey to try and save the day, but he's all alone. And VP, they've done it. It takes the full 30 rounds, but they get it over the line. They make the adjustments when needed, and everyone answers the call. In the server, they get it done in 2.